Hello guys, and welcome back. As promised from the video that went up a few hours ago, probably at this point, we're doing a whiskey review, and I thought I'm drinking tonight anyway, so I thought I might as well review the whiskey while I'm here, give you guys another video after being away for a few months. So this here, we're doing a bourbon today. I've not been drinking whiskey as much. Drinking quite a bit of beer. I had some vodka. I had a bottle of vodka that I went through. Whiskey, not so much. That's not to say I still don't love whiskey. I do, it's still my favourite. Spirit. I bought this bottle February now, I think. Maybe March. And I've gone through quite a bit of it. It's been my go-to when I have gone for a drink. And it is Elijah Craig 1789 small batch. So this is the normal, the most widely available bottle of Elijah Craig. Yes, I know it says Craig. You know, for all of us in Britain who say that properly, it should say Elijah Craig. But the American pronunciation is Elijah Craig, which does sound better than Elijah Craig. This is 94 proof, so 47% alcohol. The story behind this brand is this bloke, Mr. Elijah Craig, was the first to ever char oak barrels. He's like the father of bourbon whiskey. Literally says father of bourbon, first char oak barrels on the label at the front. I really like this bottle. I think this is one of the better bourbon bottles you see on the market. It's a nice shape. It's got a big fat stopper in it. I much prefer it to like the Buffalo. I don't like the Buffalo Trace bottle. I don't like a lot of the very simple bottles. I like a bottle that's a little bit more ornate. And the price tag of this in the UK, you're looking at between £35 and £50. That's quite a wide gap. I think I got this on offer at Tesco for something like £32.50. It might have gone up since then. Shop around, see how much it is. You know what this stuff's like. If you go into any reasonable whiskey bar, they should have this on, and you can try it. I think if you like bourbon, you're gonna like this. This is a very nice, super easy drinking bottle of bourbon at a good percentage, 47%. I think we're getting above your standard 40% base. It's not as strong as something like 101. It's not a cask strength, though I do believe they do this in a cask strength. It's a good percentage for, a drink after work or whatever. Let us pour ourselves a little glass. I'm drinking out of my Jack Daniel's Rocks glass, because that's the glass I drink bourbon out of. I mean, I drink most of my whiskey out of this glass. I got it when I was... There we are, whiskey in the glass. I got it when I was 18. I got two of them, and I think I broke one. And for me, this is just the best way to drink whiskey in a rocks glass. It's not got the same aroma as a Glencairn, and I wouldn't drink bourbon out of a Glencairn anyway most of the time. Let us give this little swirl, and we'll give it a sniff. Obviously, we're not getting everything that we would do if we had a Glencairn, but it's lovely. It smells lovely. There's a bit of cherry there, some nice vanilla. There's kind of a nice herbal note there, kind of a eucalyptus mint type note. A little bit of caramel in there. It smells really nice. Let's just drink. Let's have a sip. Hits you straight away with a nice spice. some nutmeg on there, which I quite like. Eucalyptus is there as well. And then it seeds to that nice sweet caramel and vanilla. You know, with those oak tannins that you get from the charred barrel. For me, it's such a nice drinking bourbon. Such a nice drinking bourbon. You know, I could sit here and sip on this all night. I really could. I love that kind of upfront punch of the whiskey. The nutmeg, the bacon spice. It's not like nutmeg. It's not super nutmeg. It's just kind of a bacon spice. The bacon spice and kind of that eucalyptus note is there, followed by that nice sweetness on the back end. Makes you want to go in for another sip. What I like about this as well is compared to something like Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey 101 is a smoother drink than this, believe it or not. Wild Turkey 101 is a lot sweeter. It's got more cherry up front. It's an easier drink. But for me, you can drink a lot of Wild Turkey 101. I could sit there and probably have 6 or 7 glasses of Wild Turkey 101 in a row, you know, quite quickly. This is a whiskey that I don't hit back. I don't drink it very quickly. And that's why I've had this bottle, I mean, we're getting to the bottom of it now, for a couple of months. And I like that in a whiskey. I like when a whiskey can be sipped and you don't want to knock it back. And part of that is obviously the spice up front. Knocking back whiskey that's got a lot of spice up front isn't very pleasurable. It's nice to do, and it's a different bottle. It's a completely different bottle to something like 101 or Maker's Mark or Buffalo Trace. These are all whiskies I think very easy to sip, not very heavy on the spice. You can knock them back. You can't knock back Elijah Craig, in my opinion. Gotta put some more in my glass, sorry. Run out. You know, for me, this is a whiskey that you sip, that you really savour when you want a bourbon, but it's not super expensive. This is a real, for me, proper mid-range bourbon. Now, if you don't swill it around your mouth like I do, you don't do what do they call it? A Kentucky chew? Obviously, it's easier to drink. Just sipping it and taking it out, but even then, there's still kind of that spice. And you don't taste it fully unless you chew on the whiskey a bit, in my opinion. I think if you... And that's with Scotch as well, you know, with all whiskey. I'm somebody who will take a sip and chew it a little. Yeah, what's the point of drinking, you know, this fine spirit if you're not going to savour the flavour in your mouth a bit? And I think for a lot of people who maybe don't drink whiskey or don't drink spirits, don't understand that, because yeah, it does. There is kind of a negative feeling, I suppose. You know, you would say there's a burning sensation, but that is followed by flavour. You know, or it's accompanied by flavour. Yeah, you know, this is a short video. There's no reason for me to go on about it. This is an absolutely lovely bottle of bourbon. And if it wasn't a lovely bottle of bourbon, I wouldn't have drank as much of it as I have. You know, if you can pick this up for less than 40 quid, you get any chance to, go and get yourself a bottle. Go and pick yourself up a bottle. If you like bourbon, you'll like this. You know, it's pretty inoffensive. Like, there's no out there flavours. It's just a really nice, lovely, easy drinking bourbon. You know, that isn't going to break the bank. That is, well, if you have people around who like whiskey, and you pour them one of these, they'll enjoy it. For me, this is an 8 out of 10 whiskey. You know, it's not amazing by any means, but it's good value. Nice drink. No complaints from me. With that, have a good weekend, everybody. And a good upcoming week. This will be coming out on Sunday. So, you know, have a good week. Have a good week in work, week away, whatever you're doing. Have a good time. I most certainly will this week. I'm not working, so a week off. I most certainly will have a good week. Stay smoky, folks, as always, and I will see you later.